concerning Nigeria, which way forward, is still ongoing. If you remember that just before the end of the year, we had the most horrific Lekki issue, NSAS movement issue, where the military attacked Nigerians and all of that. So it's hectic. It was hectic before the year 20 ended, and it's still as hectic as it can be at the beginning of 2020. I want to say that it would rather be more useful for us if we accept that Nigeria needs to be restructured or structured, whichever way, wherever you're coming from. Now, if we are looking at restructuring Nigeria or structuring Nigeria, it's like building Nigeria, rebuilding Nigeria, because the structure that Nigeria is governed on or with today as we speak is unfair and it is unjust. There is really nothing to show that Nigeria is being governed along the lines of federalism, and Nigeria is the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We have 36 states that is completely controlled by the federal government. The federal government has no business being in charge or having a say in the affairs of the states. The role of Nigeria, a federal government, is very clear, and yet Nigeria, the states seem to have either surrendered all their rights to the federal government, or the federal government have taken by force all the rights of the state government. We have the issue of a constitution, the 1999 constitution, which is an unfair and an unjust constitution. Is actually a constitution that was never written by the people of Nigeria, meaning the over 300 to 400 ethnic nationalities that make up Nigeria across the 6 zones and across the 36 states as we have them today. The constitution is skewed along the lines to favor a particular section of the country, and it works against a particular section of the country. So these have been the arguments that we've been having since Abacha died and since Obasanjo took over, and then Yaradua, Jonathan, and eventually we have Buhari in power right now in Nigeria, and it has just gone from bad to the extreme worst as far as the structure of governance is concerned in Nigeria. The way Nigeria is governed today, it is governed by a few, for the very few, and with the few. The 1999 constitution was not written by Nigerians, so we need to look at that. We need to restructure Nigeria. The policies, the system, the way the policies are made, the way the policies are carried out is not in favor of the owners of Nigeria. For instance, the oil that sustains Nigeria comes from a particular section of Nigeria, the Niger Delta region, and yet you find that the Niger Delta region is completely undeveloped and there is no plan to develop the Niger Delta region. All the money that is coming from the Niger Delta region is used to sustain the rest of the states, the 26 states, the non-oil producing states, and the states that do not contribute in any way, shape, or form to the internally generated revenue enough to sustain their state. So basically, we have about 26 states that are not able to sustain themselves, living off 9 or 10 states that are actually able to sustain themselves. So we have a problem with the constitution. We have a problem with the style of governance, and we have a problem with who governs Nigeria. We have a northern-southern dichotomy in terms of who gets to govern Nigeria every 4 years or every 8 years. Within that dichotomy, we have 3 geopolitical zones on the north and on the south. Within those 3 geopolitical zones, we have a total of 36 states. The north has 19 states and the south has 17 states. Allocation is shared by state. So the north that does not produce the allocation that is being shared is getting more. Allocation is shared by local government. We have 774 local government areas. The north has 419 local government areas. The south has a total of 355 local government areas. When you share allocation by local government, the north that does not produce any of these resources that is being shared is getting more. The south that is producing it is getting less. So whichever way you look at it, it is just absolutely no longer acceptable that we should continue to govern Nigeria within this type of structure that the 1999 Constitution sustains. Yar'Adua was voted in as Jonathan with his deputy, his vice president in 2007. Unfortunately, Yar'Adua died in 2010. When Yar'Adua died in 2010, according to the Constitution, the only thing to do by the Constitution was for Jonathan, the vice president, to step in and finish Yar'Adua's tenure. So, Jonathan Goodluck, a man from the Niger Delta region, had to finish up the tenure of the North that Yar'Adua was governing on. Now, there is all kinds of arguments, but we're going by the Constitution. The Constitution stated very clearly that if the president is incapable or resigns or is impeached and removed, then the vice president finishes up whatever tenure that is left. So that was how that happened. So it was definitely Yar'Adua's tenure. Now, Jonathan ran for election in 2011 after he finished, while he was finishing up Yar'Adua's tenure. And so Jonathan ran as a Nigerian, as a Niger Delta man, on the platform of a political party in 2011. Now, should he have run when the North, when he had just finished the North, or should a Northerner have run? Now, a Northerner did run with Jonathan in 2011. So it's not as if Jonathan or Nigeria or the South or Niger Delta just took the presidential slot and gave it to Jonathan. He ran for an election and he won.
Right.
So that now finished that tenure of between 2011 and 2015 of 4 years. He ran for election in 2015 and he accepted. Some of us don't accept that he should have accepted defeat, because some of us feel that he was not defeated in that election. But hey, he ran for the election, he accepted defeat. So it's his election, it's his defeat. Buhari became the president of Nigeria. Now, we have a Northerner who have taken over in 2015 and in 2019. So Buhari is running on the assumption of that northern turn of running for presidency. So if he finishes in 2023, I use the word if because Anything can happen. He can resign, he can be impeached, anything can happen. But if he finishes in 2023, an election is coming up, it should go to the South. It has to go to the South. Now, if it goes to the South has three different geopolitical zones. The South have to decide whom is going to get that slot on what political party. The Yorubas governed from 1999 to 2003. And then 2003, Obasanjo ran again for election and he won in 2003. The thinking when they say North, it should rotate to the North and it should rotate to the South. In a way, by raising this question, you can see that actually it is self-defeating. That idea that if it goes to the South, then actually, if we want to be fair, only Southern candidates should run on any political party. A Northerner who just finished should not, any other Northerner cannot run if truly we want to stay with the Northern-Southern dichotomy of the presidency. So if a Northerner today comes up to run, then I do not see the justice in the Northern-Southern dichotomy for the presidency. What if that Northerner wins? Then it means that the North, after governing for 8 years with Buhari, is going to govern again for another 4 years or 8 years. So you can see the manipulations and the deceit. And this is where I also hold the people of the South responsible for their own future and their position. Because I see no reason why, if we say it is a Northern-Southern dichotomy, that a Northerner has just finished an 8-year tenure, a Northerner should not run for, it should be Southerners. So an Igbo man can run, a Yoruba man, but even at that, if we really want to be fair, because the Yorubas have done one 8-year tenure, they should not contemplate, because there are other people. And that's why personally, because Jonathan did a 4-year elected tenure in his own right, I even am saying that for fairness and equity, I don't even see why we should drag it with the Igbo ethnic nationality. I think that the Igbos should have an opportunity in 2023. It doesn't mean that they are the best, but I think that, or that they are the worst, but I think for the sake of equity, in a country of, we are told, over 200 million people, of 6 geopolitical zones, of 36 states, I think that since the war ended, which is over 50 years ago, till today, if the Igbo man is to see himself as a Nigerian, I see no reason why an Igbo man should not be supported by the whole South to run for the presidency in 2023. But mind you, I will vote for an Igbo man. I will not have any qualms to vote for an Igbo man or an Igbo woman. But if the constitution remains what it is today, and Nigeria is not restructured, an Igbo presidency is not going to achieve anything different. An Igbo presidency will be controlled by the same cabal. An Igbo presidency without a new constitution, without a restructured Nigeria, an Igbo president will still be frustrated the way Jonathan was frustrated. An Igbo presidency will still be manipulated by the sentiments of people that we have come to recognize and accept as cabal in this country. First of all, let me take the diaspora thing for instance. when the British are holding election, um, their citizens who are in other parts of the country, provisions are made for them to vote. Now, why that should not happen in Africa, I don't know. But having said that, the way Africans are and the way Africans cheat in elections and the way Africans are determined to be in governance, whether they are good or bad, shows very clearly that African leaders will not allow diaspora ordinarily to vote. So I want to suggest to diaspora that as Nigerians, even though they have dual nationality, as Nigerians that are outside and exposed, they owe us a responsibility. The country, their mother country, where they come from, and we that are kept here to hold forth for them in the country, they owe us a responsibility. If they want to see a Nigeria of their dream, based on their exposure in the next 10 years or 20 years or whatever, that their children will be proud to point to and say, I'm originally from that place. I think that they must insist as Nigerians on having a role to play in how our leaders are chosen. And they can only do that by voting, whichever way they're going to vote. So that's something I want to advise. Now, coming down to Nigeria, I've driven it, I have said it, I believe it with all my heart. We need a change. And those changes are political, those changes are economical, those changes are justice. We must insist in Nigeria that since Nigeria is a multi-religious, we're two major religions in Nigeria, we're Christians, we're Muslims. When we're in politics, those things must be taken into consideration. Failing to take them into consideration is failing to accept that we have a problem. It's sticking our heads in the sand. Now, we also, because the way Nigeria is structured, we have to change the structure of Nigeria. How do we change the structure of Nigeria? We have to we have to change Nigeria by restructuring it, and we definitely have to change Nigeria by the people of Nigeria sitting down and writing a constitution that is their own constitution. All of these things before 2023, and all of these things, if a child is sick as a parent, if you go to one hospital and they say, well, you know, that they're not sure the next thing you do is ask for a second opinion and then try and change the whatever it is that will make the child to live. So it's the same thing in Nigeria. We've been independent since 1960, where Lord Lugard created this country in 1914. It has not worked. There is no, I remember vividly 1960. So I am talking from a position of experience and knowledge, and I'm saying that Nigeria, since independence, and even before independence, but since independence, Nigeria have failed as a country. It has failed, and if it has failed, we have to find a solution to that failure. We must change Nigeria for the interest of Nigerians and for the interest of Africa. Actually, the failure of Nigeria will be the failure of Africa eventually.